All right, guys, I'm back. So the alarm, I I set up to go figure out what the alarm was, and by the time I got to the door, it stopped. So then I had to re-upload the titles, the description, everything like that. But it's all good now. So I'm just gonna continue, and I'm gonna wait for everybody to come back to the live and ask their questions once more. Uh, yeah. In the meantime, though, while that's happening, I'll get into this. So I've been actually really adamant about improving frick everything. One of my favorite things to do is every day I educate. I don't know if you guys do this yourselves or you guys have ever created yourself a curriculum, but it's really valuable. So you guys probably want some place to go. You guys want some person that you want to become to get a certain outcome in life, and that person has certain skills, certain mentalities that you do not yet have. And considering who that person you need to become is, who do you need to what do you need to learn? What do you need to know? And that's how you build out your curriculum over time. Like, so, I mean, today I was studying confidence. I was watching, what was it? Karisma on Command, and then I watched some Vin Gyung. I cannot pronounce his last name, but I love those guys so much. Hey, all right, hey, yeah. And everybody's coming back to the live too. Make sure to ask your questions once more. It got figured out with the alarm. I I stopped the live, get rid of the title. Um, and then I walked all the way to the door, and the alarm just stops as soon as I put my hand on the door. I'm like, dang it. So then I had to go through and add everything again. But yeah, make sure to ask any questions you guys had before so I can answer them. In the meantime, I'll just talk about some stuff I've been working on, things I've been trying out. Uh, there we go. All right, cool. Here. Uh, yeah, we'll come back to that later if it comes down to where there's a little bit of a lull. My question is it normal to not get consistent dates every week, even if you go out regularly and approach women? It depends. I mean, all right. So you have a problem. You have a problem of consistency. Firstly, I would ask myself this. I'd ask myself how long you've been going out. If you haven't been going out for like that long and your results have been steadily increasing, like this is not something that's been consistent for a long period of time, it's nothing to worry about. But if it's something that's been consistent for a long time and you find it difficult, it means you're doing something at key, like at home, really piss poorly. Like not even piss poorly, but you're doing something wrong. So it could be anything. It could be the fact that maybe you are not taking a masculine role in conversations. It could be that you're too tense. It could be you're too anxious. It could be that you're not having fun when you're out and you treat it like a job. It could be that when you approach women that you're very methodical and logical, and then like you're like, how do I get you into bed? Instead of like walking up to them and having a lot of fun, if that makes sense. Like if you're having a lot of fun, the girls are going to want to be around you. But it could be it could be a bunch of different things. I mean, generally speaking, when I had that issue of having inconsistent dates every week, is because I didn't believe in my own value as a man, and I didn't come from the buyer frame versus the seller frame. That was when I had that issue. I mean, I've had that issue multiple times, don't get me wrong, but that was generally what the issue was for me when I had inconsistent dates every week, or if I did it, like if I went out. But I put energy and emphasis in those times into what I did have control over. So if you're going through this period, put emphasis on what you do have control over, which is one, writing field reports, trying to find what the solution to the problem is. Number two, you want to take action and also set metrics for yourself. That is something that you can do. I'm gonna approach 15 every night. I'm gonna do a direct approach tonight. Oh, there's a certain specific sticking point that I have an issue with. Let's design like something or do something about it so that I can fix it. So I'm not just like continually doing it. So you talk fast. Tell your friend that every time you talk fast, have him punch you in the arm. Have him give you a dead arm, like mid conversation. Like you'll be talking to a girl, and you'll be talking too fast without pauses, and bam, it's a really good deterrent to not do it. And it also will draw to your attention the fact you're doing it more regularly. I mean, that's just like, there's a lot of creative solutions to a problem like that, but a lot of guys get good at this, get good at finding creative solutions. And so once you do figure out what the hell's going on, or you come to like a bunch of different like ideas of what could be going on, then you want to target those things individually. Figure out which ones like you can tackle and attack, and from there you should be getting better results. But don't give up. A lot of guys do this where like they try the first or second or third thing and it doesn't work, not knowing that the fourth or the fifth thing would have been the thing to spill them over and get them to that next level. I can't tell you how many times I've hit that fucking wall and it sucks, and you think that, oh no, it must be I'm too ugly. I'm too ugly to get girls. No. I knew that I couldn't improve. But yeah, yeah, just don't give up and keep pushing it. Hey Denton, back when you were selling bar tickets, how did you balance game along with work in terms of hours each day put towards work and games respectively? Well, by that time too, I didn't lose energy going out because I enjoyed it so much. So it made it a little easier for me. Like I could work, like I had jobs in the past where I was working like 70 hours a week, but I still was going out like 4 days a week. But it's just, like, it helps because I enjoyed it so much. Like that's something I think a lot of guys don't understand. Like, all right, so when you guys talk to somebody who's like a hustler or makes a lot of money, that person's not like fighting this uphill battle. He loves the work. And so it makes it a lot easier to do a lot more shit. Like if you enjoy going out and you don't treat this like work, you won't burn energy doing it. It's when you don't enjoy something that you burn it. Like you can play video games. Like a lot of you guys play video games. You guys play video games for hours, like 8 to 10 hours a day, but you guys don't burn energy doing it. It's because you guys enjoy it. So if you guys get that same feeling from going out and gaming and you can make it fun for yourself, then you don't burn energy. But in terms of balancing, I mean, you don't really need that. So in terms of balancing game versus work, you really don't need that long if you're not up to that task yet. I mean, like you can invest like an hour and a half a week, which is like you guys spend an hour and a half a week watching dumb TV shows or I don't know, masturbating. Like I mean, like you guys can spend that time improving yourself too. You know, like 2 hours, 3 hours, like you have that time free. You know, it's just that you're trying to find reasons to not do it because it's difficult and it's not easy. But the more you do not easy things, the more you'll improve as a product. Like it's I think it's the war of art that says this. That which you have the most resistance to is your true north, meaning that those things that you really, really fucking don't want to do, but know you have to do, are actually going to improve you the most. Which sucks, but that's just the way it is. But you get better at it over time. You start getting more like an excitement off of pushing your bleeding edge. Uh Sounds better. Sweet. Okay, good. Yeah. I don't know what the hell caused that alarm. I hope it doesn't happen again. Uh, that was the worst. um, I understand. I think have fun. I do record. Oh, sweet. Yeah, dude. Yeah, recording your interactions. I've always been back and forth about it because it feels creepy, but in terms of if it's like used for in terms of self improvement, and that's the goal of it. I think it like I've had so many clients do that in the past. I think it's very good to like how like look at yourself from an outside perspective, like get like that kind of energy. How do you enjoy talking to people as opposed to view it as work? You find things within it. So one of the like, so I found things within it that made me engage more. So when I was younger, I feel like I was a little bit more like very mechanical, like autistic, like almost autistic, but not. I'm not autistic, but I had traits of it because I was very sheltered. Like when I was younger, and I didn't really like have a lot of friends when I was younger. So I didn't have like the social acuity, and I didn't understand that underlying emotion that people feel. And I wasn't as good at reading social cues as I am now that I'm older. But at the time, uh, over time of doing it, your brain is going to have to rationalize why am I doing this. So let me tell you a story. So this is a story I've told so many times. Some of you guys probably heard me mention this before. But there was a guy that when I was younger, and I was like 24, I was selling cars. And this guy really did not want to buy this Taurus. I think it was a Taurus truck. And our closer came in to help me out, armbarred him, verbally speaking, into buying the car. The guy was adamant, not buying the car, not buying the car, not buying the car. At the end of the day, in 2 hours' time, he ended up buying the car. And when I handed him the keys, he was not sobbing, but you could tell he's having a mental breakdown. His eyes were teary. He was on the verge of like sobbing. And as I hand him the keys, he shakily grabs it, takes it in, and he says to me, "I love that I bought this car. This car so fits me." And that's when I realized this. Action feeds ego, ego feeds action. If you go out long enough, as brutal as it sounds, if you go out long enough, you can be like that guy who's like shakily grabbing the car keys from me. And you're like, I love game. I love game. I love this difficult shit. It's just like you have to do it long enough. And also, I mean, focus is the water that wears the stone. If you put intent behind having fun when you go out, you'll figure it out. But some of the mindsets that helped me was when I go out, I'd be like, oh, this is a cool little puzzle I need to figure out. Oh, who's this person? How does he work? How does he tick? Oh, cool. He's really into this. That's dope. Let me learn about that. When I'm talking to a girl, I'm like, what's the craziest, wildest thing I can say? You've been out so many times and you're getting burnt up on the approaches, it's starting to get boring. And then you're like, fuck it then. Like if every interaction is the same fucking thing, why don't I just like have fun with it and fuck around? Why don't I be like Groundhog Day? Have you guys ever seen that movie? Or The Day After Tomorrow, where you just keep reliving the same day over and over. Why not see what happens when I say that? Why not be like a little puppeteer? Why not like fucking play around? Why not tease? Why not joke? Those things over time stop. Like so, the reason you guys can't have fun is because you have all these barriers to entry that are stopping you. You're like, I can't have fun because I got to be cool. I can't have fun because that's not who I am. I can't have fun because what if people judge me? And I got to be really cool, and the girls have to know that I'm the best. Um, I don't want the guys to come and punk me or whatever. But when you drop all that shit, then it's like, and you stop caring about those things, or those things start quieting the more you go out, and you start getting more confident. It's a lot easier to kind of lock into fun, and like relaxation and extroversion are like two of the things that you need to embody in order to have fun. So if you can't have fun yet and you find it difficult, are you not approaching, or is it difficult to approach, or are you not relaxing? Are you not relaxed? If you're lacking either of those two things, you won't be able to get into fun. Like you can't be an anxious fun guy. I mean, there are some, but like comedians and shit. But you're never gonna see like an anxious person in a club being the most hilarious individual. It's always the relaxed, cool guys. Like all of you guys who've been going out, who are the guys who are always like freely expressing, making jokes? They're relaxed guys. They're not like in their head. They're not anxious. They're just like cocky, confident, and relaxed. So like that's just something to take in and think about. um if you don't have a lot of experience, how do you have the buyer's frame? Get experience. Get experience, but also like start accruing things in your real life that will make you feel more valuable. Like accrue your trophy case of sorts. Like hit the gym, eat clean, like do things daily, like things that are really boring daily, even if you really fucking don't want to. You're like, oh, I'm gonna take this vitamin every day at this time because I know it's gonna make me healthier. Like I know objectively it's gonna make me healthier. I'm gonna take this vitamin. Or hey, I'm gonna go and work out 5 days a week. You know, not because it's easy, but because it's actually hard. To be fair, but yeah, like the more you do that stuff and the more you accrue it, the easier it is to be confident in yourself. And also, too, I mean, the rejection actually makes you weirdly enough confident in yourself. At least it teaches you not to like actually take people's words for shit. Like too many of you guys are like, person said this, that must be the truth. And it's like, it doesn't have to be. You can decide if it's truth or not the truth. Girl calls you ugly. It's like, cool. It's just like, whatever, dude. It's not a big deal. It's a whatever thing. But yeah, I hope that made sense a little bit. It's also is a little bit of brainwashing too. Like just reminding yourself again, focus is the water that wears the stone. The recognizing of a behavior that you want to embody over time will slowly start kind of through osmosis permeate your psyche, if that makes sense. So the more I'm like, oh wait, I'm being the seller right now. Okay, remember, buyer. I'm the buyer. I'm the buyer. That's right. What is the buyer? The buyer is like, I'm the salesman. There's a salesman inside a store selling TVs. When I walk into the guy that go buy the TVs, I'm like, what's the bezel? Like, what's the bevel like? Is plasma or LED? What's the like? How big is the TV? Does it have a stand? Is the stand like aesthetic, or do I want to put it on the wall? Like, how much is it to put it on the wall? You're asking questions. There is a point where you'd say no to a girl. There's like you're not just like any girl that likes me. I'm ready. Let's go. It's like some of you guys need to work into that over time, and it's just like here, have the vision of the person you want to become. This is one of those like traits. So there's like a pile of like human traits a person can have, and there's a select few that if you embody them in yourself and you take them away from this pile over here and you put them into this pile that is your psyche, you'll start becoming more attractive. So you take the buyer seller frame, you put it in there. You take the relaxed guy and put it in there. You take the social acuity, put it in there. Like, and you just start like grabbing things that like from this guy, and you like through like intentional effort, thoughtful effort, start becoming that guy over time. And the more you become that guy, the more you'll have better reactions with girls, better interactions, more girls chasing you down and wanting you, like 100%. Let's see. I've been having problems lately when dealing with women. They are chasing me, then they eventually lose attraction because I over pursue and try too hard. How do I maintain attraction and not be boring? Actually, that's a codependence thing. So what you're doing is you're codependent. I used to do the same thing when I first started this. I'm like, I get a hot girl into me, and I'm like, yes, you know, I knew I was hot, right? So that's what all guys do when they first start. They get their first like hot girlfriend. Like, I knew I was hot. Fuck you, Timmy, in third grade. No, but yeah, yeah. Well, firstly, I mean, like, you need to be better off at cutting girls loose and not really caring. Like, you need to play more of the numbers game. Firstly, like, you need to get more of a rotation at this level where you're at. Like, as you get older and you like improve at this, I wouldn't really worry about it as much. Um, but it's also a mindset thing. So what helped me out with my codependence was I studied traits of codependence. So I'd be like, oh, what this apparently when I do this, that's apparently codependency. Oh, I didn't know that. What's the healthy thing to do instead? So like literally go to ChatGPT and ask it what are traits or things that people do that are codependent usually. And then when those things start coming up and you're like, oh wait, here comes the codependent thing I usually do. Let's stop doing that. Let's not do that. What's the healthy thing to do? Let's do that instead. You do that one time, like 3 times, 4 times, you'll start becoming more you'll develop more of an interpersonal dating style that's healthy. The reason you're scaring them off is just because you're like so on them. Where like maybe when you first started, you didn't care. Like, right? Like, um, have you guys ever approached a girl in the club and you hang out there for an hour and then she leaves and then she makes out with another guy and you're just like struck? You're just like so sad. You wouldn't have cared if you didn't know her. So in the same way, what's going on with you is that you're investing over time, and now you're getting more attached as you get invested. Before it's proper and allowed, like you're moving too fast, faster than the girls. You want to taper yourself and be as interested as the girls are, if not like a little less. A little less is preferable, but like that's the optimal way to like ultimately keep a girl around longer. I don't mean to say this and like it's just the way it is. Like if it wasn't that way, I wouldn't say it. Oh, actually, I'll tell you guys about that later. Sometimes a woman talks and even flirts a bit, but the interaction feels neutral and not sexually charged. How do you accurately tell if she's being polite versus actually interested? Honestly, it's a lot of experience. There's a very subtle way a girl's going to interact with you and react to you when she's into you. A lot more eye contact. She's going to be a little bit more. She's going to have more of a blushing energy to her. She's also going to. You're in a position of respect. So if like you're somebody that she respects, no matter how long the conversation is, it's usually a good indication. To be fair, actually, I usually look to myself. Do I feel like a bitch right now? Okay, then the girl's probably a little less likely to be into me. Am I acting really confident? Am I on the bleeding edge? More likely to be into me. Sometimes girls just fall into the role of just like liking you because you just happen to be their type. But for the most part, it's usually coming from within you. Like if I'm like not that in it, I usually assume the girls aren't as into me. But that's not 100% true either. Actually, scratch that. Let me give you more of a like because that's not true. Um, it's experience. It's honestly experience. I hate saying that. Like I can tell when a girl's hitting on a client, but I have a hard time explaining to the client when the girl's into them. So like some of you guys have been on boot camps before. You probably remember that times where I told you a girl's checking you out and you approached her. It's really tough unless you get some social experience to know when a girl's into you. I would shoot your shot every time that you think a girl's hit flirting with you because you'll learn really fast. You'll get rejected on occasion, but you'll learn really quick. Like you shouldn't like I mean, unless you're at work. If you're at work, don't flirt at all. But if you're out and about and you don't know if a girl's into you, shoot your shot. Like, what do you have to lose? You'll learn faster. What is it? Fail fast. What is that? You guys probably remember the book. Fail fast, learn faster. Something like that. It's a good book. Sometimes a woman talks to. Oh, you met Owen. Yeah. You met Owen in his free tour. He's pretty sick. I ran into him a couple weeks ago. He's looking really good. Yeah, the guy, he aged between like 35 and 37, and then since then he's never aged again. It's just like, okay, Owen, just takes. Oh, it's a pinky. It's my middle finger. Yeah, actually, funny enough, it's a really good way to know when a girl's into you, because if it's on your middle finger, she'll start glancing at your ring finger or ask you about it. If she asks, then she's thinking about it. Also, too, I like it as a just in case. It's also really cool to like. So if I grab, I just like the aesthetic of it. Like the guys that wear rings are usually like really cocky, confident guys. But yeah, um, here I'll answer one more question. So the next person asks a question, I'll throw it in, and then we'll call quits. I'm really annoyed about that alarm, honestly. I was like thinking, I was sitting here, I'm like, how do I actually plan for that in the future? I was like, how do I write a journal about this later? And like, how do I, if that does happen, how do I plan for it? Is like, can I like soundproof my office better? Can I like maybe go out there and like covertly unplug it when I'm like walking out? Like just go unplug the neighborhood alarm system. Like I'm over here trying to figure out like solutions to my problem. Um, which I'm surprised more people don't do. Like you have a problem, find a solution so it's no longer a problem. I think just a lot of people don't believe they can find solutions to their problems. They get very bogged down by stuff whenever it comes about. Oh, thank you, Bryn. Yeah. I've been sending Bryn a lot of the guy in the comments here. I've been sending him a lot of videos about Julian too. Julian's been coming out some bangers lately for videos. He's doing a great job. I mean, he still looks homeless, but I mean, when you're as good as him, like you look the way the fuck you want, right? But his stage presence has gotten incredible lately. Yeah, he's a savage. Yeah, he's a savage. Yeah, that's somebody I can like aspire to be one day, for sure. Just like, do you guys? Does anybody here have any like like idols you look up to? Because I collect them. I got like dozens of idols that like at any point, like I do my life plan every Sunday to plan for it, to kind of like plan out my life. I do this every Sunday. The last one I just wrote out a long list of mentors and people that I idolize. I'm like, why do I like them so much? Why do I respect them? And I like dissected that. Then I'm like, how like what traits do I want in myself in the coming future, in the coming like years? And I'm like, oh, I really like that trait. Okay, that's a really great trait. Okay, that's a really cool thing too. Let me put that down here. Okay, now are there any runovers? Is there anything that kind of that I can like two birds I can kill with one stone? Okay, so what's the overcoming strategy I'm going to work on here? All right, sweet. All right, got that down. And then if you just follow this fucking strategies, you could become that person over some period of time. It's just nobody does it. Like, why does anybody do that? Why does anybody do this? It makes sense. It's just like so logical. Like, watch, quote me on this. Somebody like take this clip. In 5 years' time, I'm gonna be a big name in this industry if I want to be. I mean, maybe my interests will change. Maybe I'll be like, but I'll be big in some industry. It's like legit. It's like very simplistic, easy to go steps. Like I was sitting here and I'm mad as fuck at my tarp. Uh, Sometime in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna iron this out. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna work on the lighting as the time goes on. Improve the quality. I'm gonna improve my speaking, which I've been shooting videos every day. Even though I'm not posting them, I shoot videos every day to improve my presence on camera, so that I'm like I seem like a swell guy when you guys see me on this thing, right? I'm taking a boot camp with Todd V for the first time ever this year at some point this year. Oh yeah, yeah. If you want to, I can actually pull him up. Um, I can name it off the top of my head. Alex Hormozy is sick. Um, I do like Vin Jiang. Like he's somebody who's like really inspiring, and his vocal tonality is incredible. Patrice O'Neill, honestly, not for like any of the things he achieved, but for his attitude towards life and for his like his aggressively like noble nature. I like that a lot about him. So I want that piece of him. I like the charisma of Brad Pitt and the way he moves and speaks. And I like how confident he is within himself. And I like how relaxed Matthew McConaughey is. Matthew McConaughey is super fucking loose just all the fucking time. Anytime you see him in an interview, he's going to be sitting in that interview like he would at home by himself. Like that's actually where I got that line from. Uh, I remember I was studying interviews of like celebrities who are extremely charismatic. And I was looking at Matthew McConaughey and he's just sitting there like this. And he's just super just noodled onto the couch and like slack and not sitting up straight, and everybody else around him sitting super prim and proper. I'm looking at him and he's just like, yeah, it's not, and he's doing the way he always does, like stuff like this. Who the fuck does that? Why are you so fucking confident? Why can't you just point like a normal human? You're just such a like a fucking like upper level entity that like you just like you're just making shit up now. Just so confident. You can be too confident in yourself, okay? Now maybe not for women, but for life in general. All right. I'll get bounced on you guys. If you guys want to do another one of these, I can do like Q&As every 2 weeks like this, or maybe every week. I really enjoy this. Um, Here, I'll answer these first two, and then we'll bounce out. I'll let you. By the way, Sunday's a great night for a lot of these cities. If you guys haven't gone out this weekend, make sure to get out tonight. Bruce Lee, the facial expression, super confident, charismatic body language, dragging the vowels. Yeah, dude. If you ever Bruce Lee too is extremely talented, and I mean not just like at a lot of things, like a weird amount of like very sub things. The guy's very like just very extremely talented to a point to where it's like I think a lot of his charisma comes from the fact that he's just so much better at so many other things than other people. That's like I'm the shit. Like I mean, like, can you imagine being at that level? Can you imagine being like Mike Tyson in his prime, on top of the world, knowing nobody could beat you up, nobody could fight you? Like the level of confidence. Like when you hear him in those interviews, he's getting fed like by the world that he's the best. Like, dude, I'd be acting like that too. I'd be biting people's ear off too. I'd be a fucking animal. I mean, any of us would. Like, it's a lot of attention. Denton, my question is, how do you create a vacuum of qualification? Vacuum of qualification, firstly, you want to care less about the outcome of the interaction than the person you're talking to. If you care less, and like this is actually like the big core underlying feature of vacuum of qualification. Like if you talk to a celebrity, the celebrity will have a vacuum of qualification onto them because they'll naturally not want fucking shit from you. Like another version of you is going to walk up to them in about like 5-10 minutes, like maybe 20 minutes, or like during that day, they probably get approached by a dozen of you. Why would they care about you? So in the same way, it's like if you care less, like if you can train yourself to care less than the woman you're talking to, and like if she cares like 1%, but you care 0%, she will qualify to you and you'll create a vacuum. It's the core of what a vacuum of qualification is. If you want a really good book on this, look up Let Go. Great fucking book. Letting Go. Let Go. I believe it is. It's a yellow book. Really content dense, which I love content dense books if they're going to be big. If you give me a thick ass book, it better be content dense. But yeah, really great book for that. If you want to start pulling like creating that vacuum of qualification. All right. How do you get to a point where girls don't give you LMR? Again, you become higher value than them. Like, I mean, like both like in spirit and factually. Like, if you can do that, then you won't get LMR. Also, too, if you're somebody who doesn't judge. So a lot of guys that like, if you're into this industry, you might be a hustler and a winner. When you're a hustler and a winner, you're somebody that's more likely to judge others because you're like, how the fuck? Like, I did that like probably about 15-20 minutes ago during this video. I think I was complaining about people who can't take simple actions to improve their lives. Like they can't build consistency in their shit. Like I did the same fucking thing. But when you're out, you want to come across as somebody who does not judge utterly, like never judge. Now, the reason for this being is if you're somebody who's judgy or somebody that comes across like too clean, too smooth, too this, the girl's going to be like, oh, if I fuck him, he's going to judge me. He's going to think I'm a slut. But if you're somebody who doesn't judge at all, it's like, yeah, fuck him, girl. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, blah, blah. Like then the girl's going to be like, oh, it's like I could sleep with him. It's not a big deal. And then you get less LMR. Also too, I mean, like an honest, authentic connection truly does help. Like if I'm talking to a girl and I'm really fucking into her and I think she's so fucking cool, the LMR is like the chance of LMR are like a lot less for me. But I'm also not it's not a needy kind of thing. It's just more like a natural connection kind of thing. Like I don't need the outcome, and like we're both like on even playing fields, if not like me feeling like kind of like a badass at the moment. Where can I find Julian's hot seat? Dude, there's probably like a Pirate Bay of it. I have one. I have like all the RSD infield, but it's also I mean, I worked for them, so I got some of that shit for free. Then other people over time have sent me stuff because I do this YouTube channel. But there is definitely stuff online. There's a lot of stuff online if you want to find it. Just go to like Pirate Bay, find some other RSD guys, hit the forums, ask around. Somebody will have it. I can give it to you because these are my boys, and I really respect them. And I'm not about to like start promoting other people's content as much as I love them. All right. Anyways. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. And if you guys haven't gone out this weekend, definitely do it. Sunday's a great night for most of your cities. Okay. All right. Peace.